Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking through my December TBR. And I made a joke about this recently saying that there were going to be 2 books on my TBR because they are 2 books that I have wanted to read for the entire year and that I have put on multiple TBR videos and just have not gotten around to reading them. And while that's not quite true, there's not 2 books on the TBR, there are only 6 books on the TBR because December is a busy month for us. There is the holidays, but also we have a lot of like family birthdays, events, etc. that we attend in December. So reading can be a little up in the air. Sometimes I get tons of time because there's like lots of downtime waiting between things and there's less time at work, which means that I'm reading at home. Sometimes I don't get to read at all. So I have done a little bit of a mix with books that I really want to finish before the end of the year. And then also some audiobooks because last December I spent a lot of time listening to audiobooks while I was wrapping presents. So we'll see if that happens again this year. Maybe I'll substitute the audiobooks for Christmas movies. Who knows? But I want to give myself some options. So we will start off with the Channel Buddy Read for the month because that is the book that I'll be starting out the month with. So on December the 1st, I will be starting with this one. And that is The Lathe of Heaven by Ursula K. Le Guin. So this is a book that we voted on, that we chose to read for the channel, and it sounds really good. If I remember correctly, because this was gifted to me by Colton, and he said that he thought that I would really like it. And when I read the back, I agreed, and I was like, this sounds really good. I think it's about a psychiatrist who finds out that they have the power to change reality. Maybe. I definitely know that it's about a psychiatrist, but I don't remember exactly what it is that they can do, but it sounded very intriguing and hopefully will be a book that is good for promoting lots of discussion. So it's a pretty tiny one. I'm thinking that I'm going to get through it in the first week of December for sure, no matter how many kind of things that I have on the go. And then for books 2 and 3, these are the books that I will, in fact, be reading this month. And we will start with The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. I was just looking at my reading journal for last year, actually, and I read the first book, Mistborn, November 13th, 2021. And I read the second book, Well of Ascension. I finished it on December 13th, 2021. So it will be nearly a year between books 2 and 3. Now, on the plus side, something positive for Well of Ascension and Mistborn is that I feel like I remember a lot from those books. I don't feel like there are any fuzzy places. I know exactly where the story left off, which characters to watch, what things have happened that I now want to see the fallout of, but I left far too long between those 2 books. And I don't know why. Like, I wanted to read it. I am looking forward to reading it. I know that everybody says that it is a good ending to the series. I just haven't, but I'm going to. So I will carve out a couple of days and I will 100% read that book. Book number 3 is a chunky one. Don't know how long this is going to take me. It's going to depend, again, like I said, on how much reading time I have, but it will be finished before the end of the year. And that is Ship of Destiny by Robin Hobb. So at the time that I'm recording this, there's still a few days left in November, and it's possible that I might even get this one started before November ends, because it was on my November TBR. I was hoping that I was going to be able to read it this month, but I just got caught up. I actually went through like a bit of a romance reading binge in November because I think I just had so many things to do that I wanted something that required such minimal brain input and had like a very like emotional payoff. So it's like, yep, I'm going to read a bunch of romance. And so that's what I did. And I was really happy with that choice. But I am hopeful that I can start The Ship of Magic within the next couple of days. And the last print book that is on this list is... like, I'm getting rid of all of my shame. Like, December is clearly just the month of purging shame from this year and last year. But I started the book H is for Hawk. I'm not really sure when I started it. I don't even think it was this year. I think I started it last year. And it was a nonfiction work that I was so excited for. And when I started reading it, I loved it. I thought that it could become like a favorite book of all time. And sometimes when that happens to me, I don't know if this happens to anyone else, I get this feeling like I don't want it to stop. And so I start reading more slowly and I almost like, I don't know, I'd like reject it. Like I don't want to read it at all because I'm just worried that I'm not looking forward to when it's not there to be read anymore, but I was feeling that way. So I think I pushed it aside for a couple of days and then got caught up in reading something else. And then it just didn't get picked back up. And then it became a running joke because on Goodreads, it has been listed as the book that I'm currently reading forever. And I have this channel in Discord where I list the books that I'm currently reading in case anybody wants to talk about them, if they've read them before, if they feel like hopping on for a buddy read. And H is for Hawk has just been left there. And even if I finish it, I'll probably leave it there because it's funny at this point. But I would really like to finish it. And I thought, well, December would be a good time to actually read H is for Hawk because it's not a long book to begin with. And I have read a decent chunk of it. And I had to take a coughing break. Everybody has been sick in this house. And I feel like we're just cycling it. Like new germs come in and we just pass those around the circle as well. But what was I saying about H is for Hawk? It's not long to begin with. And I've already read part and it's still very vibrant in my mind. Like I remember so much about it, the passages, the writing, the way that the author was feeling. So who knows? I may skim through the beginning because the bookmark is still in there. I might skim through the beginning and just refresh myself on what I've read and then pick up at the end. But hopefully H is for Hawk will be one that I get through before the end of the year as well. And then the final two books that I have on the list are audiobooks. So I did pop on Sharp Ends by Joe Abercrombie. I just finished Red Country and I figured that I could listen to Sharp Ends on audio and that it might be a good one on audio because it's a collection of short stories. So I can kind of stop, take pauses, listen to one while I'm like out running errands one day and then not really mind if I don't get back to it for a couple of days. So I thought that would be a good one to put on the list. And then I have the audiobook that I probably will be starting before we get into December, but will certainly carry over into December, and that is Augustus. So I had been hoping that I could read this like on the same schedule as everybody over on Alan's channel, the Library of Alexandria, but unfortunately, just because of the things I was reading in November, I didn't get around to it, but I have it on audio. It's downloaded, it's all queued up and ready to go, and so I will be listening to that one in December. And that's it. This is hopefully going to be a pretty simple and stress-free TBR to get through in December. We will see. I am absolutely going to get books. My birthday is a couple of days before Christmas, so I usually end up getting like a big influx of books at this time of year. And then post-birthday to the end of the year, I usually want to read some of those new books because I'm really excited about them. So that's probably what will end up happening is that I'll read the books that are on the TBR at the beginning of the month and then use the end of the month for any spontaneous reads that I want to pick up. But I would love to hear from everyone. Did you get through the books that you wanted to before the end of the year? Are you scrambling to read certain books before December is over? And what are you most looking forward to reading this coming month? But that's it from me, and I will see you all with another video soon. Bye!